I'll go through these stocks right here, right now, and take a look at Micron. And my Micron has been holding up very, very well, and it's had a nice run. It has a nice pullback to the 20-day moving average. And I'm very bullish on Micron for the long term because of this thesis of them making the high bandwidth memory that is used in the AI data centers. And if you listen to conference calls, the two bottlenecks that everybody talks about is the bottleneck in energy. We need energy to power data centers, but then analysts are quick to ask about the issues with memory, and CEOs are quick to talk about the issues with memory and how compute across the sector in AI and data centers, but also in just getting a laptop. That's something that I've just recently found out. Just getting a laptop and getting memory chips for a laptop or a car or whatever. That there there's a bottleneck there as well. And the prices for these memory chips over the past 3 or 4 months are selling for 400 to 500% more. And maybe even more now after you're done watching this video. It may be more than that because the prices continue to go higher and higher and higher. So there is a specific issue in the world because compute is using needs memory to do all the inferencing that is being demanded when people are using these large language models. So it was one thing to build out the large language models and to train the large language models. Well, now people are using the large language models, and to use the large language models, you're doing inferencing. And to do that inferencing, these large language models, they remember the stuff that we tell them. We have conversations with these large language models, and these large language models remember the conversations. And that remembering is eating up memory that is needed to have those functions happen when we use computers and large language models and so forth. So there is that is a key theme that I think is very investable. And this theme is going to continue for the foreseeable future. So it's not going to be fixed within the next 3 months or 6 months or 9 months or maybe even 12 months, maybe even 15 months. It is a serious issue that needs to be dealt with. And as a result, high bandwidth memory prices are going up 500% over the past couple months. And these companies that provide this memory, the stocks are going through the roof. And so as long as the underlying thesis is intact, I think that any pullback like the one you're seeing now needs to be bucked. And be ready for it to sell off if people get emotional and sell off the stock or do whatever stuff happens. Who knows? But, you know, this pullback to the 20-day moving average is looks very, very constructive to me. And I think I think it's a buy right here. Like you can use the stock pulling back to the 20-day as a trigger to buy the stock. And with that much of a strong conviction within a investment thesis, I think you can hold on longer and make it a longer term hold. And that's the way I'm playing it. And I'm also buying calls too. I'm not buying calls today because the market's so sketchy, but I have been. And if Micron, trades back above the high of today, above the 20-day, and trades up towards this 10-day moving average where this orange line is, that's a trigger for me to buy some calls. I already bought some shares, so I'm good there. But you can look to, you know, buy some calls if you're so inclined to be very aggressive of a stock like this. The one thing about trading call options from the long side is I like, even though I'm bullish on an individual stock, I want the underlying market to be bullish as well. And when you have this many stocks being sold off, I'm less inclined to be super bullish on a stock like Micron. But if the market turns and then Micron like trades above 400, yeah, I'll probably buy some calls that expire within 10 days and look for the stock to trade above 450 kind of thing. So that's a stock that I like. Let's take a look at other, memory stocks and disk drive stocks. SanDisk is another name in that sector. Stock pulling back, not even to the 20-day, just to the 10-day. And I think that's a very nice chart. And again, like this thesis is intact. I think if you I like this stock here, right at around 575. Um, and you may want to buy a few shares here, like 575 or 565, if it trades down to 565 or so, and then be ready to buy more shares when it trades down to 487, where the 20-day is. And if it doesn't trade there, then that's fine. You still own some stock. So that's the type of thing that's going on.